Hey friend, it's your girl Cece and welcome to The Healthy Mentality. This is where we keep it real, clean up our spaces, and level up our lives. Ain't no hate allowed over here, just love and positive vibes. If you're vibing with me, go ahead and throw them hearts in the comments and hit that like button and subscribe. Oh, and if you're new here, hey friend. Alright, let's jump into today's gem on how I started creating healthy habits and building my confidence. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. This video right here that you're watching, this is another completion and not perfection video. We all about just getting it done, and it ain't gotta be perfect. Tomorrow is always another day. Okay, so friend, let me be real with you for a second. Like, I wasn't always the person who had it all together. As a matter of fact, I really still ain't got it all together. But I'm working on it. And slowly but surely, I'm getting it together. Back in the day, I was the person who hit that snooze like 5 times before rolling out the bed. And if I'm really being honest, sometimes I still have those days. I mean, it was like self-motivation. What is that? Nah, that's gotta be something somebody made up. And it sounded good and people just started running with it. Friend, most days, I wake up so tired. I'm talking about exhausted. I was just kind of going through the motions, you feel me? Like that feeling when you just surviving, but not really living. I remember how I used to just look at other people, like my friends, my family, even all them folks on social media and stuff, thinking like, how is they doing what they do? How in the world do they stay so disciplined, so motivated, and be so confident? Meanwhile, little old me was just trying to keep my head above water and stay afloat. And confidence? That wasn't even in my vocabulary back then. But let me tell you, things start shifting when I decided to make a decision to try and make a change. And friend, this might surprise you because it wasn't something huge. It wasn't some life-changing decision. It was like a super small change. It was something so simple. You probably won't even believe me when I tell you this, but I started drinking a glass of water every morning. Yep, I created something so small, a glass of water in the morning. And honestly, it was a game changer. It's even actual research on how starting your day with water, it boosts your mood and your energy levels. So I started feeling like I was actually doing something good for myself. And that made me think, okay, if I can do this, what else can I do? What else can I add to my day? So I started stretching in the morning. Nothing major, just some super basic stretches when I got out of bed. Friend, I ain't gonna lie, it was literally like for 30 seconds. But you know what? Every time I stuck with it, my confidence grew. And that's the thing that people don't tell you. Getting your confidence and building your confidence, it ain't coming from these big moments. Your confidence is built from all the little small promises that you make to yourself and you keep every single day. Now this is the part when it starts to get real, friend. You know I gotta be upfront with you. It wasn't all glitter and gold. There were days I did not want to get up. I just wanted to skip it all and stay in bed. You know that voice in your head that's like, girl, it is too early for this. Or the one that's just like, dang man, I need a break, bruh. Yep, that voice was super loud. There were mornings when I look in the mirror and I didn't believe anything was gonna change. And honestly, it just felt like, I can't do this today. I'm not feeling it. And what's the point anyways? That's when I learned about habit stacking, which was like a game changer for me. And shout out real quick to ET and the S2S podcast for putting me on point too. You feel me? So I bet you see, what's habit stacking? Well, friend, I'm glad you asked. Habit stacking is when you attach a new habit to an old one. Something that you already do without thinking about it. Now, the example they gave, it was brushing your teeth. You already do that right now. So after you brush your teeth, whatever new habit you want to do, you trying to create, you just do that right after it. You feel me? Now, if you've been hanging out with me for a little bit, or you went back and watched some of my old videos, you probably know that brushing my teeth wasn't something I could really attach my new habit to. So I had to be creative. I had to think outside the box and see what it was exactly that I did every single day without no hesitation, without any thought. And for me, that was using the bathroom. So every morning after I use the bathroom, I would drink some water. And to make this even easier to stick to, I would put a bottle of water on the counter in the bathroom so it's right there in my face. It's all about tricking your brain into doing something good. And friend, it's actually even science behind this. Even Oprah talked about how she built her morning routine. She started small and kept adding little things, little bit by little bit by little bit. And that's what we got to do too, friend. So my first tip for you is keep your promises to yourself and start small. Here's the part that really hit me. Starting small and keeping those promises to yourself, that's the key to building both healthy habits and confidence. Seriously, think about it. When you're going to say you're going to do something and you actually do it, even if it's tiny, it sends a message to your brain I got this, I can do this. Yep, I'm my own biggest supporter. Ain't nobody gonna be there for me like I will. And I know I can rely on me to show up every time. And that, my friend, is when the confidence starts to come in. Jerry Seinfeld, he said he became a better comedian because he didn't focus on being the funniest guy in the room. He focused on writing every single day. So every day he grabbed a calendar, and every day that he wrote, he marked a big old X. Soon he had X's going across the calendar. And so when he looked at the calendar, he didn't want to mess up his streak that he had going. And that's exactly what we're doing when we do our habits. The more and more you do it, the less and less you want to break those chains of X's. You want to keep that streak going. Friend, once I started seeing that consistency, whether it was a week of stretching or a month of drinking water, I felt like I was really doing it. There's something powerful in seeing your progress. And guess what? Studies show that when we track our habits, even in the tiniest ways, it keeps us motivated and makes us want it way more. And also, we're likely to stick with it. When I look back at those check marks, I wasn't just proud of drinking water or doing those stretches. I was proud of me. And that's when the confidence really kicks in. It's not about feeling like you perfect. It's about knowing that you can move forward even on those rough days. Now, I'm not about to sit up here and pretend like all that doubt just disappears just because you gon' picked up some new habits and you done started being consistent. Because I was still sitting there thinking am I seriously trying to convince myself I'm this healthy, confident person? But then I learned something from my therapist. Self-talk. Yeah, I know it sounds a little goofy. You thinking like you sitting there talking to yourself and stuff. But yeah, that's really what it is. How you talk to yourself, it really hits different. I think she called it cognitive reconstruction or something like that. And that's where you take down, nah, I can't really do that. Thoughts and talks. And you turn into, yes, I can. So when I think I'm not good enough, I replace it with something like, I'm working on myself, and that's good enough. And when you do this regularly, your brain literally rewires itself to think more positive. Your brain starts to believe exactly what you tell it. And trust me, it works. And it's backed by science. And while we're on the topic of positive thinking, let me hit you with this. Celebrate your small wins. That's tip number 2. Celebrate your small wins. Friend, I used to wait for the big stuff to give myself credit. I thought I had to achieve some massive goal. But nah, if I drank my water, I celebrate it. If I stretch that morning, I give myself credit. Plus, celebrating those small victories, that releases dopamine, which keeps you motivated. So friend, don't sit around waiting for the perfect moment to give yourself a pat on the back. Do it now. You showing up for yourself. You putting in the work. And that's a whole vibe. And it's definitely worth celebrating. So I'm about to wrap this up. But before I go, here's what I want you to take away from today's talk. Building healthy habits and building confidence, they ain't separate things, friend. They go hand in hand. Because when you create those small habits and when you stick with them, you teaching yourself that you're reliable. You proving to yourself that you can show up even when it's tough. And the more you show up, the more you trust yourself. And the more you trust yourself, the more confident you become. So friend, what's one small habit you gonna start today to help build your confidence so you can start habit stacking and become the best version of you? It don't gotta be huge, just something that makes you feel good and shows you that you can do it. Remember, don't wait for motivation to strike. Start small and let your confidence grow. It's gonna grow naturally from behind all the habits you begin to build. If I can do it, I know you can do it too, friend. So if this resonated with you, go ahead and hit that like button and share this with a friend who might need a little push to start their own journey today. And let me know down in the comments, what's the first habit you gonna create? Or what's the first habit you gonna be stacking onto something that you already do? Or if you already been habit stacking, let me know down in the comments below. I'm so excited for you, friend. And I'm ready to hear your new habit. And if you got anything that you want me to talk about, just let me know down in the comment. And don't forget to drop them hearts and hit that like button. And I'll see you on the next time. Okay, love you. Bye.